Good morning. Gye-Kujichagulia to you. Man, it's good. Joey down here waiting for a brother to get down here. Unimpressed. Had to get my cheat sheet. It's Kujichagulia. What's up, y'all? I'm Brother Tim, and this is our daily toast. So, of course, we start this conversation off in a very similar way that we always do. We always say, Gye-Kujichagulia. Alright? Now, we always start with our water. Make sure that you are getting hydrated. Text somebody, tell them how to get hydrated, right? Every day, man. Increase your water intake just a little bit, you know. I ain't gonna say, because some of y'all might be drinking enough water, but at least you need to move towards drinking enough water. Let me see something real quick. Alright. Make sure you're getting that water. I'm going to do another glass if you don't mind. You join me. Come on. Drink some water. I think I like it better the other way. And we're going to call those ancestors out. Alright. Gather around. We're about to toast those great ones. Alright. Got the last little, whoa. Alright, got the top off a little bit. Somebody been sneaking down here sipping. I know who it is, but it's cool. You know. Alright, so we're gonna go on and sip a little bit of that. This one is older. We done discussed this one a little bit. It's been with us for the last few sessions. I'm gonna pull out a newer one so that you can see the difference. Go on and hold on for a second. Alright, so this one right here is the older batch, more mature. Okay? Told you this one was personally, I made that one for me. Right? This one right here is newer and younger. You see the difference in the color? Still lively. It's just a little bit lighter. Younger, the darker, the older it get, darker it get. You see that? I get to drink both of those, right? So this one is the younger, and it's the one that I usually make to send out to people. This is it's close to the age where I would bottle it, right? This one right here is older and bolder, right? It can help you. I mean, it's just incredible, man. It's just brewing this stuff, you learn so much, right? So first we're gonna drink the older one. We're gonna respect our elder, the elder of the table. You'll see the difference, right? Younger, older, younger, older. And you would expect just like human beings, we're supposed to get a little bit more as we age. We become a little bit fuller of life experience, and this one is a little bit fuller. You can't even see through it, but you kind of see through that one. This one is maturing though, fast. So I gotta decide on what I'm gonna do because I got about another gallon of that. All right, let's go. Oh, first we call on the ancestor by whatever name you choose to call that ancestor. My fault. We call on the creator by whatever name you choose to call the creator. The ultimate ancestor. We call on him or call on it. Allow it to be present in our lives to guide us and protect us. We ask that we are able to be aware of it and sense it, feel it in every encounter that we have today. To be constantly be reminded about our place in the universe. We toast and we say, Ashe. From there, we toast our personal ancestors. We call on those individuals who made it possible for us to be who we are today. Toast them 1,000 times, and it still wouldn't be enough to pay them for the investment that they have given to us or put into us. We toast them, and we say, Ashe. At this point in time, those of you that have names, you take your time, say your names. Start developing your family line. Start learning your family line. Start doing some investigation and learn about your family pyramid, all right, which you sit at the top unless you have children, right? So we toast them. We toast the present moment, which today is Kujichagulia. Earth is our witness. We toast and we say Ashe. From Kujichagulia, we over the present moment, we move to our children's children, on to infinity. We toast and we say Ashe. Right? Ashe. Ashe. I want y'all to see something. See, I put water in that one. This one was trying to reform a SCOBY. It was moving slowly towards vinegar. That one is not as mature, and so it's not able to develop. It's working on it, but it's not able. It wasn't at the point this one was. This one had more nutrients in it. So you always have sediment after you get done drinking, after they get mature. I try to get it all. Almost clean glass. That's a baby, man. So, this one is good for selling, especially for people who have never had ambrosia or had kombucha. This is where it need to be. And when I bottle that up, man. But I don't think this one gonna make it to the bottling process. See, and at this point right here, this is where I would take it through a second brewing. So for all of the different flavors that y'all see me talking about, that's it right there, right? This right here is the foundation for that. This one right here. This one is too mature, right? This one right here, I can throw the ginseng in there. I can throw lemon, lime, and ginger in there. I could throw the beet in there. I could throw the wild berry in there. Right there. Right there. You know, actually, I'm thinking about green juice. I'm thinking about juicing some vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Mixing it right up in there. Yeah. You know, just different ideas. I don't think that one's gonna make it there. Me and my family got to sip, right? We got to toast every day, right? So, and plus I got to save it for y'all so y'all can drink with me, right? So this is Brother Tim. Today we're going to hit on the five aspects of being, right? That I constantly talk about. 5 parts of the human being. You know what I'm saying? That we got to turn from this to this. So we're going to have an in-depth talk about that. But we're going to come from the chair. I'm going to do a little bit of the workout. I'm going to make sure we clean up the kitchen. And then I have to hit the board. But I'm not going to hit the board with you. Remember, today is Toast-Kujichagulia. Principles are self-determination. Meiotic principle is justice. Hermetic law, correspondence. Now we're gonna work on that. We're gonna stress that one today. Correspondence, which we do every week. Correspondence is dope. The color is indigo. The male name is Kwabena. Female name is Abena. Also, fam, be on the lookout. I'm gonna post a link in the blog for Freedom Within Limits. Check out the book. It's available on Kindle. I'm gonna put a link to the Kindle page as well as actual purchasing of the hard copy. Right? Be on the lookout for the book. Check it out. I need some feedback on the book. Of course, that's only one book of many. Like I told y'all, I'm nation building. Right? I have the property. I have the territory on the internet, and I have the products. In a minute, y'all gonna be checking out the calendar that's coming out through Gye-Nyame Journey. But this one is gonna be by brother Deshaun. Brilliant. It's looking good. You're gonna be able to grow with the journey, right? So this is Brother Tim, and I'm saying I'm out. We off to the kitchen. Oh. Now, yesterday on the show about Let's Talk Nation Building, I was experimenting with Periscope. I was talking about coconut oil. Now, this is a coconut oil that I get from the African store. And in Columbus, there's several of them where I go and I get the same brand. Nina, I don't know. And I'm thinking that's the African brand. If anybody know any different, please let me know. But this comes, the rest is African coconut oil. And I use it to oil that. Also, sometimes I could use it as a moisturizer for my skin. But like I said, this is one of the things that y'all need to get in the kitchen and experiment with. Right? Can you mix this with shea butter? How does it mix down? You know what I'm saying? Can you make a skin moisturizer from this? I also use it for oil letting. My teeth is messed up in the back, and it's been helping me a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it for about 20 minutes, though. All right? But get it in, all right? And I demonstrate because I've been doing it. I didn't do it yesterday because of the pain, but it ain't really, it wasn't pain in my back. It was my mouth. So, and this helped. They say when you oil that, it pulls out the poisons. So I've been doing it almost a month now. I got some good results. My teeth are not growing back. It don't grow your teeth back, but it do stop the immediate aches and pains from a toothache and stuff like that. So it'll give you a little bit more time before you have to go to the dentist. All right. And I'm taking full advantage of it because I don't like nobody around in my mouth. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
Could have saved more if they knew they were slaves, but they're true to their ways. We could have saved more if they knew they were slaves, were truly engaged, but they're true to their ways. We could have saved more if they knew they were slaves, were truly engaged, but they're true to their ways. Sin popped a cherry and begat a damnation. Involuntary emancipation. Man, I'm just pacing amidst the man I'm facing. I kept my standing station. Me give standing ovation. Yes, we didn't ask for this shit. Let me spit. In a way, the movement lost its way when it lost Che with the aid of U.S. Green Beret. 10-9-6-7, the execution day. I exhumed Che. From the throat, I spit notes of guerrilla warfare. Feel no remorse here. Feel the source here. Even the score here. 40 acres in a tool, and we're pushing for more shares. When Bush brings a leak, I'm checking for forced air. Involuntary emancipation. The market free for white corp to do whatever it wants. You're free to spark weed mixed with Arab corner store blunts. Tall tales from Katrina News exaggerate scenes. Velvet speaker cops looting and bagging New Orleans. A power elite will shower the streets, devour and creep until I defeat. Lot of mercy, repeat. The power elite will shower the streets, devour and creep until I defeat. Lot of mercy. Yes, we detest, but less we test, collect the best, and we address this effing mess. We will arrest this contest, and we invest. Progress must sweat, blood that no regrets to attest. Involuntary emancipation. See, we could have saved more, but they didn't know they were slaves. I don't even think they cared that they were slaves. We could have saved more if they knew they were slaves, were truly engaged. But see, they're true to their ways. Involuntary emancipation. I must confess sadly, whether it's the next tragedy or maybe next year, or perhaps just the next year. I said, I must confess sadly, whether we're talking about the next tragedy or maybe next year, or perhaps just the next tear. Perhaps not very long after the stench from the beloved shells of the dead have gone and rotten. Amidst the next slice of hell, the living dead will have forgotten. Please believe me, it's easy. After all, we're just refugees. See, yes, we're all just refugees. Trust, when I say all, it's in a sense of us, not all in a sense of y'all. No. Essentially, what I'm discerning is if Mother sent a great natural burning to the alleys and avenue of Mount Vernon, I too would be a refugee. A haughty look goes right before you descend. You naughty, crooked, spiteful children. The great mother has been dissed, mistreated, mom is pissed. She's heated, she's blown a top. She's dysfunctional from global warming. The noble warning, your scientists told you. And now that she's vocal, unstoppable scorn. From the pit of her belly, she spits tropical storms. But look, it's not like you weren't warned. You wrote the book. Involuntary emancipation. See, we couldn't save those cats cause they didn't think they were slaves. And even the ones that knew, they didn't care that they were slaves. There wasn't nothing that we could do. Nothing we could do. And then moms cry, as they mourn in the morn. I rise to rise raised despite the craze. Let the Almighty be praised. Don't choose the news, why bother these days? The extent of the third George's tour, the intent of the Third World War. George won't relent from the oppressed, he's a dreaded pestilent. He's worth more than a hand in a blend of other dead presidents. So says the misled residents dwelling in this dead residence. And this is my testament as I spit on their presidents. It's been hell since the moment he stole office. And L was drove in the red, white, and blue old coffin. The few, the proud grew in numbers and started to come come round more often. It's a police state, an overseas thug state, for Pete's sake. When do we seek the uptake? Everybody's buying plastic and duct tape. It's drastic enough to drive an old nut straight. Frustrated frustration. But you must wait, friend, because fools rush straight in, becoming food for the taking. Time in its true consideration, or else face ruthless obliteration. You must wait, friend.
Peace, family. Great Toast-Kujichagulia, right? Now, we're moving this morning into the principal Kujichagulia. And Kujichagulia, I got my cheat sheet, as y'all see. Get yours. Download it free on Gye-Nyame.com, or it's on the blog. So check it out. Today is Kujichagulia, which means self-determination. Of course, the Modic principle is justice. The color is indigo. It's like a dark midnight like blue. The Hermetic law is correspondence. The male's name is Kwabena. The female name is Abena. Right? Now, like I said, our ancestors went a long way to kind of help us define ourselves culturally, right? Because the culture is the blanket that protects a people, right? So when we're talking about nation building, we're talking about definitions. Definitely, we have to really start plugging in and really discussing the culture, right? And what I love about how these principles fell, Kujichagulia fell right in line with correspondence, as above, so below. So in my defining myself, I not only have myself to study, but I also have the whole universe to study, and I can see how the universe up here works in a similar fashion as the universe in here, right? Because the human body, in a sense, is a model of the overall universe. So really, by us taking time to really understand ourselves, right, and looking as in Gye-Nyame, because this is not the only method. There's other methods out there, because I know other people gonna come with their stuff, and I could dig that, right? And the PC is we have to keep on exploring. We got to be willing to debate. We got to be willing to talk about some of this stuff so that we can start narrowing down exactly what it is we're building, right? And why we're building. Okay? Now, so in Gye-Nyame, we talk about the 5 parts of being. Y'all been seeing many pictures with my hand up like this, right? You know what I'm saying? We talk about that intuition. We talk about that mental or the mind. We talk about the emotions. We talk about the spirit. We talk about the body. All of these things have to be working together, and we need to be able to bring them together as a fist, as an individual, so that we could be a whole individual and really, really contribute to the collective, right? We got individuals that's coming like this or like this, you know what I'm saying? They're not coming quite as a fist. You know what I'm saying? Some of them is like this, some of them just like this. We need the fist. We need you to be whole. So when we're talking about Toast-Kujichagulia, and we're talking about the law of correspondence, right? Being able to define yourself for yourself, and we being able to define ourselves for ourselves, and not being defined for by others. We have to first be able to go inside and really look at who we are, right? So we have to really be able to plug in with the intuition. What is the intuition? Intuition is that knowledge that's beyond knowledge, that wisdom, that internally programmed wisdom that a lot of us run into, that internal feeling, and we need to really learn how to listen to that. Yesterday I talked about the large voice that we got, the negative voice that's constantly throwing out negative things. You know what I'm saying? That is part of our experience, but part of a social construct, or part of our collective unconscious. This negative dragon that keep on spitting out this negative shit, right? It's just constantly throwing stuff at us, and we got to learn to distinguish between that loud voice and the quiet intuition. This is why we talk about, and our ancestors talk about, meditating and setting up systems, because when you do that, you lull that big voice to sleep, and it gives you an opportunity to start learning to hear the difference between that negative nagging voice and that intuition. That intuition is your guidance system that you have been given, right? It's not necessarily your survival instincts, but it connects to those instincts, and it helps you make sense of it. Right? And it's not necessarily a voice, but a lot of times it's a feeling, and we got to learn how to listen to that. We got to become conscious of it. This is what I'm talking about, becoming conscious. We got to become conscious of this, right? Because if we don't become conscious of it, right, we start missing opportunities. This lets us know before the door is about to open. Right? This helps combat the negative thoughts, and we need to start practicing and using our intuition. Right? Because the intuition is going to be that main thing that helps you see the unseen reality. Many of us are so caught up on this physical aspect of our being. Like, so when I say that the proverb of the week, when I say this proverb, a lot of y'all can't get it. Right? True home is the place from which the sun breaks. You can't get it. Why? Because you're looking at it physically. The sun breaks. What do the sun break? You know what I'm saying? You can't get it, right? Because it's talking in a language that some of y'all are able to get intuitionally, and some of y'all, it's like nagging at you, but it's not really where the sun breaks. You know what I'm saying? This is this place beyond, right? That's where your intuition dwells in. That's the piece where your intuition deals with. It deals with, and by learning how to get in contact with that, right, we become a better person. We become a little bit more receptive to people. We could pick up on people's emotions. We could pick up on people's feelings. We could start picking up on people around us' thoughts. We could see trends before they start popping off, right? We get hints about trends. You know what I'm saying? That hint or that hunch that you hear people talking about, this is the intuition at work, okay? Now, we really need to really start focusing on these 5 aspects of ourselves, right? So we talked about the intuition. Let's talk about that mental, right? And that's a whole nother piece that we have to clear out, because a lot of us got a lot of negative mental concepts that's floating around in our mind that we have to start cleaning out, and we have to start taking time for that. We got to replace those things, right? Because it's almost impossible for a majority of us to just take our mind to zero and not think about nothing. Because when you sit down and you meditate, sometimes these negative thoughts could come up, right? And we need to learn how to tame them, right? We need to learn how to control them. That's why in the meditation, the breath is very important, because the breath not only nourishes you, not only brings ashe in you, but the breath is one way where you turn on and turn off the thoughts. Now, those of you that have never tried it, when I'm doing the ashe breath, if you notice I'm doing it fast, those of you that have subscribed and are interested, once you give me the word that you're interested and you really want to take things to another level, I got plenty of stuff on the side that I'm not making available to everybody that you can have access to. So when I'm demonstrating the ashe breath and I'm doing it real fast, I want y'all to notice that y'all see me pressure and tense up. When you tense up, that shuts off the mind. Well, especially when you tense up the abdomen, it shuts off the mind. And for a few seconds, you have no thoughts. Just by tightening up that abdomen, by tightening up that body, and focusing on trying to force the ashe up into your mind, right? Cleaning out that mind, right? Cleaning up your study habits, right? Cleaning up and getting focused. Right? It's cool to read about a bunch of stuff, but master something, fam. When you master something, you go through the process of chiseling away a lot of bullshit, because when you really fall in love and have a passion for something, it chases away all the negative thoughts. When I'm involved in getting information, right, that I'm in love with, that I want to share, I don't have to worry about them voices. Right? I have to worry about those voices because they know exactly when to attack. Like when I woke up this morning, I was all sore. The voices came in. Right? They came in. They beat the hell out of me. Right? But then once I start really doing stuff that I love and I really start developing myself, it's, you know what I'm saying? Get your mind right. Get inside. Learn to control and work with your mind. Mind, intuition, mind. Now let's move to emotions, right? Emotions is the energy that drives everything. So we need to start learning how to control and direct our emotions. We allow others, outside forces, to control our emotions. When we talk about self in Gye-Nyame, right, the self can be defined as the absolute, complete, and perfect qualities of a being that are not controlled by external circumstances. Now that's not the exact definition. My mind is kind of slipping right now because I'm moving kind of fast. But absolute, complete, and perfect. And you're not influenced by external circumstances. That's the word. Not influenced by external circumstances. When we allow our emotions to be constantly moved by outside circumstances, that means that others are in control of you. And with all of our principles coming from a Gye-Nyame standpoint, we first start by mastering the principles internally, right? Internally, okay? So I need y'all to understand that, right? I need y'all really to understand that, okay? So now we need to start learning how to put our emotions, right, behind the things that we want to move forward in our life, and not with those things we don't want to be involved with, right? So we got to really start really being careful about what we put emotional energy into, right? Because you only get upset about things you care about. So start caring more about the things that's going to lead you towards mastery, towards the things that's going to lead you to a nation building, towards the things that's going to help you build your family and build your tribe. Okay? Learn to control those emotions and guide them. Right? That's what you are designed to do. And as you start, if you just master those three, let me do it right. If you master those three, right, you work on those three, you start noticing that your life will slowly start changing, right? Then we go from the emotions, right, to the spirit. Okay? What are you allowing into your spirit? You know what I'm saying? What type of energies are you allowing? What is spirituality? Spirituality is a matter of managing and maintaining relationships with people and spiritual things. How are the relationships in your life? The ultimate testament to a spiritual person's existence is the relationships that they have. How are your relationships? And I'll tell you how spiritual you are. Not only your relationships with the Creator, because you know what I'm saying, yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But when you really break it down, the Creator is in and part of everything. So how can you have a good relationship with the Creator, but you can't get along with other people that's in your life every day? How can you really claim to be spiritual? Spirituality is about maintaining, cultivating and maintaining relationships. That's spirituality. How's your spirituality? It's deeper than knowing verses. It's deeper than remembering Proverbs. It's about relationships. You got relationships with you got a relationship with your Creator. You got a relationship with your ancestors. You got a relationship with the angels. You got relationships with people around you. You got relationships with animals. You got a relationship with nature. You got a relationship with your health. So how's your spirituality? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because let me just say this, right? You know, because in Gye-Nyame we talk about 3 levels of intelligence, right? Memorization, intelligence of the mind, intelligence of the heart. Memorizations, parrots can do that. All right? Parrots can do that. All right, let me take this off because I keep on. A parrot can do that. Right? Dogs can memorize. Donkeys can memorize. So people that's able to spout verses and shit, when you hear me spouting from memory, nation building, please don't get impressed. Right? Get impressed by the work that I do to try to align with that definition. See, because that shows intelligence of the mind and even deeper intelligence of the heart. And we'll get into that one maybe tomorrow. Right? Because those recent, let me stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I go off. Shit. So let's get back. Let's get back to that spirit, right? How's the relationships in your life? And I'll tell you how spiritual you are. Right? You fucking people over. Taking advantage. Dogging people out. You know what I'm saying? Talking about people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Are you building people up? Are you building your tribe? Spirituality is a verb. Right? For me, spirituality is a verb. It's an action. Right? It's not a state of stillness. It's action. Right? I'm building my spirituality every time I interact with my children. Right? And I have to always constantly remind myself, especially when I'm talking to my children, because these are, being generational people, these are my ancestors returning back. So I have to constantly remind myself, and I need people around me to constantly remind me, yo, baby, hey. But I tell them, you know what I'm saying? These ancestors coming back. We need to teach them, we need to train them and treat them accordingly. Right? Because in Western culture, we're taught that the children come in as empty shells, but in our culture, we never believed that. All right? So spirituality, remember that, boom. Now, and the last one, physical, and this is the one I really wanted to get on, right? The physical, right? So now we got those 5 to work on, right? But without this one, the rest of them don't have a shell. We call this the shell in Gye-Nyame, right? You got to master your shell. So we got to be working on it. So, you know, I got some stiffness, but I'll be up working out tomorrow because I had some time to rest. And sometimes you got to let the body rest, right? Sometimes you got to give, you know what I'm saying? You got to feel the body and be able to provide it with what it needs. You need to be able to feed it good fuel. This is the tool that you were given to work in this reality. You know what I'm saying? If it's falling apart, how's that helping you? How's that helping your tribe? How's that helping the nation? And let me say this about it, right? I've been trying to get a split for over 30 years. And one thing that has come to me is this, and I want y'all to listen to this very carefully. We store a lot of our hurts in our body, right? So when we are working it out, when we are stretching it out, what we start finding out is that we're releasing trauma. We're releasing pain. We're releasing things from the past. Our body, like I said, is our shell, is our tool. right? But it's also a storage bin for a lot of the stuff that we have been through. So we have to work our body out, and we have to sweat, right? We have to stretch it out, and we have to feel those pains. Why? Because it's relieving and releasing things from the past. It's releasing trauma. It's pushing it. It's the one way where we can physically see and physically feel ourselves pushing ourselves beyond our limits, right? And by studying the body, right, and studying what's going on with the body, we start understanding more about other people, as well as having a deeper understanding and compassion for ourselves, right? I got a lot of stuff stored up in the muscles where I've been trying to get it split. I got a lot of trauma. And when I'm stretching it, y'all see, if you slow down the camera, you can see the look of pain in my face, right? A lot of stuff's stored up in here. We carry a lot of stress around with us, and we have to find ways to release it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying within the tribes, y'all need to have some workouts, right? Tribes all over the country. Y'all forming them all over the country. I have every bit of confidence, right? You know? So, hey, this is Brother Hatim. I just ran through that real quick. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them. I'll get to them. I'm telling you right now, I'll respond. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that those of you are listening, right? Like, subscribe, but most importantly, share. Let's build. Let's build. Support the journey, right? Allow the journey to support you with this ambrosia if you are within the city of Columbus, and if I travel to other cities, you know, for those that might be interested in bringing me to another city to talk or whatever, you know, I'm available. You know, you can holler at Brother Hatim, right? Just hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on the blog, hit me up on YouTube. I'm responding, right? And remember, take the Nguzi Sawa challenge. Let's conquer our time back, y'all. Let's conquer our time. This is Brother Hatim. I want to thank you. And with that, I am out. Oh, there'll be no board meeting today. This is from the chair. Thank you for watching the video. I want you to subscribe. Click the bird right there, the fiery bird. And I also have a special video just for you, right there. And for those that want more information about Gye-Nyame Journey, go to our site. It should be right about there.